Howdy everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we begin, I'd like to announce you can now become a member of my channel. Becoming a member has a lot of benefits such as getting early access to videos and being shouted out in them. The amazing member icons were made by Musina Matsu, the same person who made my profile picture and banner. They did all this for me for free, and they're taking commissions, so please support them if you like what you see. With that said, let's move on to the actual video. 2Time's Rework has dropped, and everyone seems to have mixed feelings on it. I personally think it's really fun, but slightly overtuned. In this video, I'm going to discuss what the rework did and how to use it effectively. So without further ado, enjoy the video. 2Time was reworked from a survivalist to a sentinel, now having stun in their kit via the dagger. So, how does 2Time work now? They have 80 health, 3 abilities, and 1 passive. I'll talk about the passive later since it involves one of the abilities. The Sacrificial Dagger is the first ability. Using the ability has an extremely short 0.3 second windup. It gives resistance 3 for 0.7 seconds and has an extremely tiny lunge. Striking the killer with the dagger will deal 25 damage, apply slowness 2, and apply helpless for 2 seconds, as well as heal 2 time for 10 health. Striking the killer in the back will instead stun the killer for 4 seconds, do 35 damage, and heal 2 time for 20 health. The dagger only has a 30-second cooldown, making it the shortest cooldown for a stun in the game. Their second ability is Crouch. Using your crouch will significantly lower your movement speed with both your walk and sprint, but gives you invisibility 3 and undetectable for 15 seconds. Using your Sacrificial Dagger during your crouch changes it into a gigantic lunge with a slightly larger windup. Crouch's cooldown is 50 seconds long, but goes down while you're crouching, meaning if you crouch for the full 15 seconds, then you'll have a 35-second cooldown. I tested Crouch a lot during Last Man Standing, and it's very bizarre. From what I understand, using it before you teleport to your ritual will delete the statuses, and using it too late will not give you undetectable at all. So, I believe you have to crouch right as you teleport, otherwise the statuses won't work. Too early and you'll lose the effects. Too late and they won't apply. The third and last ability is Ritual. You can only use Ritual once per game. Using Ritual carves a respawn mark on the floor, which you will teleport to after certain circumstances. This is where their passive comes in, Ablation. Ablation is a bar on the right side of your screen that fills every time you land your Sacrificial Dagger. Dealing 70 damage will fill the bar to full. This means 3 stabs or 2 backstabs in a row will max it out. Only once the bar is full and you've placed a ritual, you'll be able to use your second life. You'll respawn at your mark if you are killed. Respawning will give you half of your health, being 40. You also get 40% of your stamina refilled, as well as a speed 2 buff, but also get weakness 5 for 12 seconds. However, if you're the last man standing, it will always teleport you to your mark, even if your ablation isn't filled. Instead though, it will set you at 110 health, and won't give the weakness. And that just about covers 2Time's whole kit. Though, they're quite a difficult character to master, since their dagger doesn't go very far, and they only have 80 health. If you make practically any mistake, you'll pay a huge price for it, and likely die. However, there's a lot of strategies that I'll be showing you to help you improve in your 2-timing. Let's start with lunging. As 2Time, you can actually play a lot around your team. He plays a lot like Chance, which is the opposite of Shillette's Game Guest. Instead of sticking on top of teammates and defending them with your abilities, you play behind the chase, approaching them without getting in the killer's line of sight if it can be helped. Now, you can either just go for a normal stab if you're close enough, or you can crouch and instantly cancel it with your dagger, turning it into a huge lunge. This has very low risk, as the killer can't really do anything about it unless it's playing around it and waiting for you to do it. This is amazing for defending teammates, but what do you do when you're in a chase? Lunging will just get you killed. You lack movement, and the lunge doesn't really matter if they're facing you. But thanks to Alexander Scribbles, I was recommended to watch a video by Meatkill, so y'all should go check out his video if you haven't. I'll leave a link for it in the description. He talks about and demonstrates trick stabbing. Let's start with the basics. What the hell is trick stabbing? Trick stabbing is when you trick the killer into facing one direction, then quickly go the other to stab them in the back. There's all kinds of variants, and I'll cover a few of them now. Due to Roblox's terrible servers, it's a little difficult to tell when you're actually tricking the killer. With that in mind, just note, trick stabs are not very consistent. So first, I'm going to demonstrate a very unique variant of trick stab that Meatkill himself actually shows in the video. Let's call it the meat stab, which sounded a lot better in my head. Anyways, the meat stab is when you run in a straight line, and so long as the killer doesn't have Parkinson's, they should be running straight at you. With shift lock on, you backpedal and stab as they run past you, instantly stabbing them in the back. This is likely the go-to when it comes to trickstabs since it's probably the most consistent. Another variant of trickstab, and one of my favorites, is the matador. A matador is when you strafe in one direction around the killer, and then immediately strafe the other way, tricking them into facing the wrong direction to stab them in the back. With the weird hitboxes and accounting for lag and movement, it's probably not easy in any way, shape, or form. The matador has an extended variant of it though, the corner stab. A corner stab is when you lure the killer around a corner, then quickly get behind them as they turn towards it, exposing their back once again for another stab. I'd like to recite, trickstabs are kind of a last scenario thing you want to go for, as they're really inconsistent, so let's just move on to their game plan. First, you want to try avoiding the killer for as long as possible. Avoid chase as much as you can. Then, you want to use your ritual. Find a comfortable spot you would like to respawn in during last man standing, or just in general. I personally like anywhere with height advantages, or just good places for looping in general. Keep in mind you want to try playing away from your ritual. Playing near it may get you killed the moment you respawn. After you find a good spot for your ritual, you want to try finding your teammate being chased and play around them. Don't let the killer see you, then get in a good position to get a lunging backstab. After you land, or miss, your backstab, you can either do generators while waiting for the cooldown, or just continue playing around your teammate until you get your ablation maxed. At this point you can do whatever you want. I'd recommend finding items and doing generators, and if you're comfortable enough, loop the killer. 2Time really benefits from being chased with ablation, since knocking them to their second life doesn't add anything to the time. And now, their last man standing is ironically fairly similar to what it was before. But now, it's way stronger. You play around your teammate and help them as much as you can before they die, and once they do, you're not unsafe. You instantly teleport to your ritual. After you teleport, you immediately crouch. Crouching immediately after the teleport will hide your aura for 15 seconds. It's kind of crazy. After that, you just play around standard looping, and as for the dagger, it's up to you. You can play aggressively and stab them in the face to slow them down and heal, or you can try being sneaky and stab them in the back. Me personally, I'd probably just stab them in the face since it's more consistent, and 2Time's last man standing isn't hard to survive, so why overcomplicate it? Overall, that about wraps up 2Time. They're now a sentinel with extraordinary survivalist features. Thank you so much for watching. Reminder, I do a poll after every video, so you can vote for which video I do next. I also have a Discord, which you can join and be a part of my growing community. To join, you can use the link in the description, or type discord.gg/howdy to join. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.